Tristen Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristen Law, retired pro wrestler, and today, I'm your host. Last week on Monday Night Raw, 17 WWE superstars stepped into the ring to earn a shot at the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. One walked out, and his name is Jey Uso. But here's the problem. A lot of fans don't want Jey Uso to win. Today, I am not alone. I am joined by my good friend Jess, the Captain, and we're going to be talking about everything today concerning Jey Uso versus CM Punk at Saturday night's main event, and we're going to look at who else could have been there. We're going to look at, here's how we got here. Seth Rollins vacated the World Heavyweight Championship after a legit injury. Adam Pearce announces the Battle Royal on Raw to crown CM Punk's opponent for Saturday night's main event. And Jey Uso, he emerged victorious, sparking controversy. Jess, what's going on?
Y'all already know I am such a big Jey Uso fan, so I'm not really understanding the hate. It's like I'm not understanding the Jey Uso hate, but I do understand the frustration because, sure, I could see LA Knight. I could see that. But honestly, I feel like but the WWE universe did not give Jey a big chance. You know, he only held it for 3 months, and
something
then
like that.
Gave it back to Gunther.
Well, Gunther took it from him.
Took it from him, whatever. But the fact of the matter is, it got right back to Gunther, and so I feel like his championship run was it was malnutrition. It wasn't there, so I kind of want him to have it back so he could give a chance. But then, on the flip side, no, I was there that night. And I cried, and I felt the joys of CM Punk holding that belt. Boy, I was happy.
Wait, where were you? You were at SummerSlam?
No, I was in my bed.
Oh, okay.
With my glass of wine, watching that beautiful thing. I was just so happy, and then my face went from to so quick. It was almost simultaneous with Punk. So it's like, I want this. I don't know about everybody else, but I want this. I really, really do.
Well, first off, I want to say hello to Fernando and hello to Maria.
Hey, chat.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And everybody that's watching us live or on demand, whether it's your first time here or not, we're fully interactive, so make sure that you put your hot takes into the comments. That's what we're here for. I love to read your hot takes. I love to interact with your hot takes. We're gonna take a look at the fan backlash, match analysis, booking logic, who could have won instead, and what this sets up WWE for going forward. But let's start by unpacking the Battle Royal itself. So it was pretty much a 17-man Battle Royal over the top rope that main evented Raw last week on October 20th. Some of your early eliminations, it was Rusev. He eliminated Otis, and Tozawa Judgment Day took out Dragon Lee. Sheamus ran hot mid-match, eliminating JD McDonough. And he had Finn Balor. Finn Balor and Ivar got eliminated as well, too. The Usos, they worked together at first, and then tension started simmering. And the final sequence, you got AJ Styles, who won the WWE Tag Team Championship earlier with Dragon Lee. He was eliminated by a double super kick by the Usos. And then Jey eliminated his brother, Jimmy, and LA Knight in a single toss. At this point, I think it's every Uso for himself. Dom Mysterio, he tried a 619.
And warned him it was going to be.
It has to be at this point. If you want to be, Jess, if you want to be the champion, you have to be, sometimes you got to be cutthroat. Look at all the stuff that Roman Reigns had to do to become the champion, to stay champion. He had to rule with an iron fist in order to stay the champion.
Yep.
I'm not upset with him at all.
I mean, no, I'm not upset with I'm not upset of how it ended or how Jey won. It's not really my problem. That was never my issue. Like, my problem with the whole Battle Royale was who was in it. Y'all, you all saw who was in the Battle Royale. I feel like AJ, I just feel like Dominic and AJ and everybody who has belts shouldn't have been there. But anyway, it was a good match. I will say that. I definitely was feeling like it was a good match. Though, again, you see AJ and Dragon Lee.
AJ
right?
Dragon Lee, yep.
AJ and Dragon Lee, they won. So you got to see the Judgment Day try to get bad little lick bags and stuff like that. I was very impressive with Sheamus. I mean,
Sheamus is very impressive by himself.
You can never be not impressed with the bangers, right? Please. So
you see, for me,
maybe go ahead.
When I usually watch these battle royals, and I was like, all right, you know that CM Punk is a babyface. Who's going to be the person that's going to face him? And looking at it, I would think it's somebody. If it's going to be somebody legit, I think the only person legit that I probably would have looked at in that match might have been maybe Finn Balor. Finn Balor probably the only person I can like, yeah, that could happen. I think by Jey Uso winning, that it was the total swerve. But here's what I need everybody to understand, though, Jess, about the battle royal.
You didn't really think that was the intent? Nah. That was the intent?
Nah. If I'm picking, babyface versus babyface matches don't work that well unless they're trying to hint at the fact that Jey Uso is becoming a heel pretty soon. But the whole thing about the battle royal, I personally think that it wasn't about fighting the best challenger. It was about continuing the Bloodline soap opera, and the rest of the roster, they paid for it. That's it.
Agree to disagree. Now, I think it opens up because look. Again, we thought we was going to get the rival between Jay and Jimmy, 2-3 years ago, maybe? Mm-hmm. When, we
did get it at WrestleMania.
Broke up. They broke up. They did their own thing. So I thought, this would be the time to do a side quest with Jimmy and Jay, right? No, we didn't get that.
Right.
We got everybody just saying, they just left the bloodline.
Right.
The end. Right. So I was like, okay, maybe this is the opportunity for us to get that rival story that we deserve. I'm sorry. Like maybe that is a hint. Maybe Jay will be the heel this time because we saw Jimmy become the heel for like 30 seconds. And
yeah, Jimmy was the heel.
Now he's the hero.
Doing that match at WrestleMania. Maria comes out with a really good point. Maria says that Ultimate Warrior versus Hogan was a good babyface versus a babyface, and it worked. Yeah, you're right, Maria. I think it works, but 9 times out of 10, every story that you've ever read, and I'm not trying to get biblical or anything like that, even when you go back to the Bible, right, the first stories that they ever said that were ever written, it's always good versus evil. Good needs evil, and evil needs good. Good versus good, there has to be a deeper story inside of it. So, like, right now, it's like, all right, yeah, you'll get a good match from Jey Uso and CM Punk, but my whole thing is that what's the story? Where does it go? Because right now we got CM Punk versus Jey Uso, and thank you so much for your comment, Maria. I love your comments. CM Punk versus Jey Uso. It's announced as Saturday night's main event, and now that we know how Jey pulled it off, let's talk about why it left so many fans feeling like they threw a little bit of shade at the screen. Jess, they had a lot of likes and dislikes when it came to that whole entire video. People on the internet just hated that video as a whole. Like, look, let me tell you something. Dislikes, to me, I see sometimes on the channel, sometimes on the channel, I see a lot of thumbs downs for a certain video. It doesn't mean that the video is bad. It just means that people didn't agree with it. And nobody agreed with the fact that Jey Uso won. Some of the common criticisms that I saw online was, Jey Uso lost to CM Punk the week before. LA Knight, he deserved this. Yeah. Jimmy versus CM Punk, it could have been different.
It could have been. And I'm not going to say LA does not deserve a chance because I do agree. But clearly today is not that day. Clearly it's maybe another story in the works because we still don't know what they're doing with Randy yet.
True.
There's just, there's so much you can do with LA Knight. And maybe just this round, this round of championships, this just is not his round yet. I feel like this he's going to be very much a big main character for whoever wins, whoever, CM Punk or Jay. Doesn't matter who wins the belt this time, but LA Knight will definitely play a part in the story. So maybe I want them to have a long title run, but maybe not because of LA.
So, look, here's the way. All right, look. Here's just my opinion. They said that Jey Uso lost to CM Punk the week before, right? The way I look at the whole entire thing was that he didn't beat CM Punk to win the chance to see CM Punk at Saturday night's main event. I would get that argument 100% if CM Punk and if it was CM Punk and Jey Uso to see if Jey Uso would get into the main event picture at Saturday night's main event. I get that. A lot of people say that LA Knight deserved it.
Yeah.
Jimmy versus CM Punk would be fresh. It would have been. But is that the story that WWE is trying to tell right now?
No.
Some people
they are trying to continue the whole CM Punk, because remember when CM Punk came back in 2023, correct?
Sounds about right.
22.
Sounds about right.
That's about right.
Sounds about right.
And remember how, like, let's forget the Seth's reaction. Remember when they decided to put Roman and CM Punk together? I believe that was for Elimination Chamber. I believe.
Might have been War Games. Might have been War Games. It was last year. Because remember that's when Paul Heyman had the favor that he asked, and whatever, and it got cashed and he got kicked in the That's how we are where we are now. All because of last November.
All of this because of 2 Novembers ago. So I guess my whole point is to try to give Jimmy, try to get Jey a chance to, as our favorite Triple H said, put the rocket on your back and fly. I mean, you see the crowd's reaction. I'm sorry. I have Jey merch. I see the crowd reaction when Jey comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It just, why not? Yes, LA deserved it. Okay, so would y'all have been mad if it was, are y'all really just mad because it's Jey? Or y'all more mad because it's not LA? What if it was LA and Jey? Would y'all have been mad?
I think the issue that even if it was LA Knight, I think I'd still be looking at the same exact thing now. That is all right. Well, at least LA Knight and Jey Uso, at least LA Knight and CM Punk have some kind of story that we can like, all right, I could put $1 behind this. Mm-hmm. I could buy into that just a little bit. But when you look at the whole entire thing as well too, and we're going to look at each and every single competitor individually in just a little bit. When you look at the whole thing, it comes off as almost like, all right, LA Knight would have been a great choice because we've been waiting for LA Knight to get his chance, right? Absolutely. We've been waiting for him to get his chance, but we still didn't get his chance yet. Some people online said another Uso title shot, really? And I'm like, damn, y'all just ready to turn on Jey Uso, huh?
Oh my God, why? Like all the just Usos, okay, I get it. Look, I know what y'all really are mad about.
Tell us.
It is not really the Jey. It's not the Usos.
Son. Tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad, son.
Because I'm not. Just say it. Y'all don't really like Nepo babies. Y'all don't like families running companies. Let's be for real. Like, we know who the Usos are related to.
Who they related to?
They are the cousins of The Rock.
Or
is it the nephews?
That doesn't make them Nepo babies, though. They're only Nepo babies because of their dad. Their dad who rubbed his buttocks in my face.
Right, correct.
Rikishi rubbed his buttocks in my face, and I did not like that.
But the fact is that that family, Lefatus and the Usos, they run that company. Like they have some type of stock in the company. So let's just say, it is what it is. And I'm sorry, I just disagree. I feel like this is Jey's time. And we're going to get.
But he had his time already.
Not really. We didn't get the story that we're supposed to, because again, injuries happen, right? Injuries happen. So
what story were we supposed to get with Jey Uso?
What was wrong with him? Didn't he have something going on with his ribs or something?
No.
Oh. Well, injuries happen, I just feel like this. Injuries happen, things happen, family stuff happen. Sometimes you can't do the title run like they want you to. So. Why not try again?
Well, right now they have vacant as the WWE Heavyweight Champion. If you go on there, you can see him. Jey Uso was champion for 51 days after he took the belt from Gunther.
51 days. That is a month and a half.
Let me tell you, Jey Uso wouldn't even be eligible for employee benefits. He held that title for so short. 51 days.
You see what I'm saying? I was like, we ain't get no type of story, no type of fun innuendos, no rival, well, except Gunther. Honestly, I think that's really what threw it all off, is that we got tired of seeing the whole rival with Gunther, because I sure was.
But Gunther is good. I don't have an issue with Gunther.
Oh no, great wrestler.
I think that he's not. In order for Jey Uso to be who he is today, he had to walk through Gunther's house. He had to. Looking at the Intercontinental Championship, with Gunther being the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship in modern day history at 666 days, Jey Uso, Gunther, legit bad man. You go in the ring with Gunther, automatically guard your nipples because you might not have any when you come out. Gunther is a beat 'em up kind of guy. And in order for Jey Uso to even stand there at the door, to even seem credible, he had to stand in front of Gunther for that Intercontinental Championship.
And I'm understanding that, and I'm not saying you're wrong or nothing like that. It's just the Gunther story was kind of played out and was getting kind of stale and boring.
But I love me some Gunther though.
I feel like Jey is just he's a star. LA is a star.
True.
You can see stories with both of them.
True.
And CM Punk once Seth gets back. Come on.
Well, looking at the whole entire thing though, right? Because everybody still got stuff to say on the line. When you look at Ringside News and Reddit, a lot of fans felt that they felt cheated by the result. Some fans appreciated the drama of Jey versus Jimmy, but felt that it wasn't the right time or the right place. So then when? When is going to be the right time and the right place? They already had a match at WrestleMania a couple years ago. It was kind of meh. It was meh. But now we're going to get the opportunity to where they might get the chance to do it again. The WWE is a lot different than it was a couple years ago. I think this whole entire thing was just a classic case of fans overreacting. Or Jess, were there better options than that in the ring?
No. Like pull it up. Let me break it down for you. Pull it up for me, Trish, because I'm gonna tell you it was malnutrition. First of all, look. You ran out of people if you got to call Dominic Mysterio, who is already a 2-belt champion already, to try to come wrestle in the Battle Royale, right? You just got the tag teams in there. You got them. They just won. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And you had so why wasn't Sammy there? You see what I'm saying? Why you didn't call nobody?
But Sammy's on SmackDown though.
But why didn't you? It goes back to what I was about to ask. Why didn't y'all call people from SmackDown? Because y'all knew y'all didn't have enough people at Raw. You could have called Mello. You could have called a lot of people who was being scrubbed, pushed under the rug right now. But y'all want to put their
all right, like who? Call some names. Okay, fine. Look. Hear about this. Let me touch Maria's message real quick.
Up there. What is that? What's Grayson doing there?
Maria says that the narrative that Jey has not had a fair chance with the championship makes no sense.
Repeat that for me.
Maria says, love you, Maria. Maria says the narrative that Jey has not had a fair chance with the championship makes no sense.
Girl, please. No, yes, it does.
Jess, he had 51 days.
That's 1 month, a month and a couple of.
He had 2 months and 1 day.
And a day. That ain't nothing.
So
that is nothing.
Jess, I come from a world
not even a run.
to
How
where
long has Cody Rhodes held his belt again?
Well, maybe it's because Cody Rhodes has adrenaline in his soul. Maybe that's what Jey Uso's missing. Jey Uso has no adrenaline in his soul.
Are we looking at the same wrestling company?
We are.
It's a crash out. He's a full-on crash out. Every time I see him, he's running out to save people, and he's crashing out.
Super Cody.
Now, does he? Huh?
Super Cody.
So why can't we give him an opportunity to be like anti-hero Cody?
But why? Why does Jey Uso have to be like Cody, Jess? They already have. They already have a Cody Rhodes. They already have a Cody Rhodes. Why does Jey Uso have to be?
I feel like this. We already have a Superman, right? So we need a Batman.
But why does everybody in the WWE have to be Captain Save-A-Ho?
Hey, maybe that's just how the story's written. I guess that's how the story is written. Jey is a family man, crash out, but he's a family man. He's going to come out there for his people.
As you should.
Every time.
As you should, but I don't think that him and his brother are going to be out there anymore. When you're looking at everybody, Jess, the contenders, who else could have won, right? I'm looking at people like LA Knight. Let's take a look at LA Knight. Looking at LA Knight, right? LA Knight was the final four. He had crowd reactions off the charts as normal, right? It felt like his moment was strong after the summer. After the summer, we were like, yeah, it's automatically, it's going to happen real soon. And then he became a fan favorite to face CM Punk. LA Knight.
But what's the story there? What story do you have for CM Punk and LA Knight? There isn't really much.
Well, they did have a little bit of hands-on experience earlier in the year towards the end of the summer. I can't remember the storyline exactly, but they were Jey Uso, LA Knight, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. They were all tied up in the thing. Early in the year, just everyone was complaining, Seth Rollins is in so many stories, right? Seth Rollins has so many different webs everywhere, and it's perfect because if something happens, just like in the case where right now that Seth Rollins is hurt, it's easy for the WWE to pivot. It's easy for the WWE to pivot. But if LA Knight is going to get the championship, and I've said this so many times before, LA Knight is only interesting when he's chasing for the championship. So by him standing across the ring from CM Punk is going to want to get his lick back. If CM Punk is going to get his lick back, I don't think that CM Punk is the best person to stand across the ring from LA Knight. So if it's going to be somebody else, man, I got another name in there. But I think that WWE is sitting on one of the biggest organic stars they've had since Daniel Bryan. And they're making him wait in the line behind Jey Uso.
Seniority. Well, I guess you can't say that either. They're kind of same era, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, Trish. I don't know. I don't see the story going long with CM Punk in LA without Seth. See what I'm saying? You just all said, Seth has so many tangles webbed. He's tangled in a lot of stories.
Seth was the Nexus.
Exactly. So with him taking out a lot of stories, it's just filler at this point.
Nah, not at all. It was easy for the WWE to pivot. They could have easily went left or right. Right? Now we have so many choices, right? We got Braun Breaker. We got Jimmy Uso. I don't want to mention Jimmy Uso. My bad. I didn't mean to mention Jimmy Uso.
Thank you.
We got Braun Breaker. We got Jey Uso. We got CM Punk. We got LA Knight. We even got Bronson Reed in there. Right? There are so many different names. Back in the day, Jess, when somebody got hurt, WWE scrambled for, all right, well, who's next? What do we have to do? WWE had to run. They had to panic. They had to go smoke weed because they had anxiety. But now, they don't have to do it anymore. They can just relax and drink water out of their Tristen Law Show bottle. Get one. Link in the bio. But let's look at Jimmy Uso, right?
Okay.
Jimmy Uso, could he had one, right? They had deep bloodline story potential.
Oh, man.
The elimination by Jey was huge betrayal moment, too.
Jesus, could you? Yeah, I can imagine that. Instead of it being Jey, it would have been Jimmy to teach Jey a lesson. Now you got real bad crash out, angry Jey, official heel.
But the thing, too, though, is that everybody complained that the Bloodline was getting too much. The Bloodline it's still one of the longest running stories that are in the WWE right now. It used to be an A storyline, but right now it may not be an A storyline. It might be a B or C storyline, but I just like the way how they go, hey, let's just put this on the front burner real quick. All right, we gave you enough, we pull it back. I think that's what's making the storytelling right now in WWE so great, because it's not too far in recent history that Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso stood across each other from the ring at WrestleMania, and they had that match, right? Mm-hmm. When the whole entire thing that happened with the Bloodline, Jey Uso got his moment. Jey Uso became a real top merch seller. But what about Jimmy? Jimmy just became the guy that was running around with Roman Reigns, and now he wants his opportunity, and you expect your brother just to give you the opportunity? If essentially, Jess, it was going to come down to either one of them inside of that ring. Because it's a battle royal. What are they going to do? Shake hands, bro it out? All right, well, we're both going to jump out the ring at the same time. Then we'll be stuck in the same exact position.
Absolutely not. But again, I can see the story. And you just said it. Like, that story has so much meat on the bone. It has so very much. Might be even a WrestleMania main card. Who knows? I'm not saying a main event, but it is on the card.
Well, Fernando says that going back to LA Knight, he says that WWE's been fumbling LA Knight for a while. You know, Fernando, I kind of want to agree with everybody that feels that way, but I'm just like, I think WWE's waiting for the right moment. He needs LA Knight needs a Randy Orton. LA Knight needs somebody that's just going to rip his neck off and just poop right down his throat. That's what he needs. And I don't think that person is in the WWE right now. You know who LA Knight needs?
Jacob Fatu.
Or maybe even Gunther.
Oh, hey, maybe that too.
Fernando, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was agreeing. I was like, well, yeah, he needs somebody. Yeah, he needs somebody on his level as far as, strength and not. Yeah, I gotta agree. Dang, I don't even like Gunther like that.
You see, the thing though, right? Just when I pick somebody like Gunther or even Jacob Fatu, it has to be somebody that is a credible. But it couldn't even be Jacob Fatu right now because he's a babyface. In order for it to be, he's a babyface. He don't got no teeth though at the moment. TEEF. He don't got no teeth at the moment.
Yeah, but I've always thought Jacob was a heel. Always.
Nah, he's a babyface. He's a babyface. They love Jacob Fatu right now. That's going to be another episode down the line. Who attacked Jacob Fatu? But we're going to save that. We got time for that.
Yeah, I'm going to say you already know exactly who it is for me.
But my whole entire thing though is that somebody like Gunther, it's like wow, okay, with LA Knight standing in the ring as champion. Somebody like Gunther makes you think, he could beat him without a shadow of a doubt. LA Knight I don't think LA Knight's a bad wrestler. I don't think that LA Knight's a bad talker on the mic. I just think that the people that stand across the ring for him, they don't wrestle as good as him and they don't talk as good as him on the mic. He eats them alive. I think that LA Knight is just too damn good.
Yeah. I think only one thing I got. There's only one negative, just one negative thing I have about LA, just one. It's so easy to change. Not a fan of his finisher. I think it's like between him and Jey, both of their finishers are kind of boring for me.
Okay, what do you suggest?
Huh?
What do you suggest?
I don't know. I like, you might got to come back to me on that one, but I feel like Jey and LA, y'all both have the body to do something fantastic other than a splash or the elbow.
Well, I'll tell you this when it comes to pro wrestling, right? Whenever you pick a finisher, right? Whenever you pick a finisher, you have to pick a finisher that you can do on everybody. Doesn't matter of the body size. So if like you're going to do something like the jackknife powerbomb like Diesel used to do, or the Razor's Edge like Razor Ramon has to do, it has to be something where you can pick everybody up to do it. And I think that the blunt force trauma, the elbow, and all those other moves, those are perfect moves because anybody could take them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's very universal. I feel like LA and Jey should have their own finisher, have their own finishers, almost. Kind of like Sister Abigail. When you see Sister Abigail,
you can do Sister Abigail to anybody.
People, right? But you already know there's two specific people who does it, and that's Alexis Bliss and
the late great Bray Wyatt.
No, that was his name. His name was Bry. I keep calling him Bry.
The late great Bray Wyatt.
Yes. God bless his soul. So, I don't know. I just was like, maybe they could come up with something a little more pizzazz, I guess.
So let's see. Let's go back to Fernando. Fernando says that Jey does nothing but bothers. He bothers. Oh, botches. Jey does nothing but botches. He botches in the ring, botches on his promo, and Jey sucks as a main eventer. Nothing personal, Jess, because he knows that you're a fan.
I've never heard him botch on the marketing and on the promos. I've never done that, but I have seen him botch a couple of times. Yes, we've seen him miss his mark a few times. Doesn't make him any less of a good wrestler. Shit happens, doesn't it? It is wrestling.
So, Maria says that LA Knight needs Chris Jericho.
Damn, didn't we talk about that? I was like, I swear we talked about that last time. Like,
yeah, I think that was last week's episode.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to that at all.
I'm not either.
And they're talking about we have Daz Davies in the chat. Never seen her before. Never seen them before.
That's a newbie. Hello.
Yeah, that's a newbie. But says that Fernando going in that WWE putting 4 videos walking out this morning. All you see is 4 people wearing shoes and walking down somewhere. Look, maybe it's Tony Atlas. Maybe they're talking about the whole foot fetish thing with Tony Atlas. I don't know. Okay, look. So Tony Atlas, he got a little thing. It's not a secret he like, women's feet, right?
Okay.
So one time sitting in the locker room, I ain't gonna lie, I don't have the prettiest feet. I lotion them, they look nice. I cut the nails. So one day we're wrestling at a show in White Plains, New York. It was like a fair, like a street fair. So the ring was in the middle of the street, and we're all sitting in a tent. That's where the locker room is. So I'm sitting there with my shoes off, and then I go sit right next to Tony Atlas, because I know that he likes women's feet, and I was like, my feet are gross enough that's going to gross him out. And the promoter's name is Gino. All you heard is, boy, put some shoes on. Put some shoes on. Gino, the promoter's name. Gino, get this boy away from me. Look at his feet. Put some shoes on. Put some socks on. Yeah, definitely wasn't loving me, but I wrestled him in the main event, and I lost.
He did not have to fry your feet like that. Like, dang,
Nah,
all in public and out loud. Jesus.
He fried my feet. I did it purposely. But yeah, maybe Jericho could be the person that LA Knight could get to make him seem a little bit more interesting. But he being Jericho, I mean, he being LA Knight, he's not the champion right now, so that would be great, But I think that Jimmy versus Punk versus Jey, we could probably get that going down the line. I don't know. There's still some more there. AJ Styles, looking at other people that could have won. He won the tag titles earlier that night with Dragon Lee. It's like, all right, well, you won the tag team championships. What else are you going to win that night? He's set for retirement in 2025, and his final run could include one last world title push. Yeah, it only makes sense, right? And then you had Sheamus.
Or something, something a little more fun.
Such as?
He makes money in the bank.
That'd be nice.
How about I say he'll be the next Money in the Bank winner. He cashes in for one of, or either the undisputed or the heavyweight. Either way, it's dealer choice. So that would be a fun AJ run. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be nice. Honestly. That'd be nice. But you know what, too, though? I like it more because it's like, all right, so who would he cash in against? Because right now, him winning and going against CM Punk, I think that's a great match. I don't think it's a match that we've ever seen before on WWE
No,
TV.
we have not. We have not seen it, and I don't even think that's even in the archives yet.
Nah, it's never happened on WWE TV. Sheamus had a hot run in the match, right? Recently declared that bad.
I heard about his belt run.
Yeah, he's on the Bangers Never Quit tour, and he's a strong veteran choice for CM Punk. But then again, I wouldn't have picked him because he's not a big heel. He's a baby face.
It's Sheamus, yes, absolutely.
Sheamus is a baby face.
Dominic. Rusev isn't.
Rusev is a heel. No, he's a baby face.
What?
Yes, Rusev is a baby face.
No, you got we might have to sit down and you're going to have to tell me who's a babyface and who's not, because I'm going off of how ring entrance and how they react with the audience. That tells me about if you're a babyface, if you're a heel, or if you're just neutral to the plane.
And I hate to say this because I feel that pro wrestling should be black or white, black and white. It should be easy to distinguish. But maybe Rusev is standing somewhere in the middle of the line somewhere, even though it shouldn't be. You should be a bona fide heel and a bona fide baby face. You should be one or the other. There should be no in between. There should be no ambiguity. Maria says that we want. She's speaking on behalf of all pro wrestling fans. We want fresh faces at the top.
I like it.
Okay,
yes.
Fine.
Why not Javon and Trick Williams and Carmelo?
Trick Williams, yes.
Ethan Page.
Javon, no.
Ethan Page,
yes, but Javon, no.
With Ricky Saint.
Ricky Saint's not right now.
Shoot, I like him.
Not right now.
I like
because
him.
Here's the way I look at it, right? When you put Ricky Saints right now, great wrestler, great charisma, checks a lot of the boxes, in my personal opinion. But when you take somebody like him and you put him here's how I look at it, Jess. There's a the little fish bowls, the little round fish bowls that you get when we was kids, and you put the little thing in there, right? That's what NXT is. When you go up to the main roster, they scoop you out of that fish bowl and they dump you into the aquarium, right? I think that there's bigger fish in the aquarium than in the fish bowl. Ricky Saint.
I didn't say that. I didn't put that. Y'all, I did not put that thumb down. I am thoroughly listening.
Ricky Saint and Javon Evans, I don't think visually standing across the ring from somebody like a Randy Orton, you can say, you know what? That match right there, Javon Evans could be the WWE champion. Don't get it wrong. On any given Sunday, the worst team in the NFL could beat the best team in the NFL. And don't get it wrong as well, too. I'm fully aware that Javon Evans had a match with Randy Orton. But for Javon Evans to carry the championship every single week, it would pretty much him just be consistently getting lucky every single week. Somebody like Ricky Starks, like you were talking about, right? Ricky Stark, right? You're talking about Ricky Saints, right? For him, he's not as small as Javon Evans. He's got a bigger body. He got a little bit more mass to him. But my whole entire thing as well too is, can he stand toe to toe with somebody like Randy Orton? I think that both men are perfect for the main roster, but just not right now.
So when? So when did Trish? Because I'm sorry, we are the roster over at WWE, the roster at Raw and SmackDown is not looking good. I feel like it is time for y'all to go ahead and scoop a few of them fishes out the bowl
and put them into the aquarium.
Yes, absolutely. And I only brought up Javon because he's entertaining.
He is. Okay, maybe, I don't dispute that at all. I love watching him. I loved watching him at Halloween Havoc this weekend.
Like, yeah, oh my God, we might need to talk about that because, wow.
See, okay,
that was amazing.
Let me look at the roster right now for Raw. Right? Okay, so like, looking at they've got people on that roster that they can elevate. They've got you want fresh people at the top. Braun Breaker is the future. I'm just saying this right now.
Forget the main two that we know is the future, which is Braun Breaker and Reed. We know that. This is why they were taken out. If you think about it, the reason why they wasn't in the Battle Royale, because that would have been cheating.
You know what? I think that by them putting any of them in there, it would have been the lowest hanging fruit. It would have been easy. We could have spot that coming from a mile away. And I don't think that WWE is in the business of giving us the lowest hanging fruit. Because if we can see it coming, then why the hell not? You know, I think that WWE is slow walking with Breaker into the main event scene, and LA Knight being saved for later. Jey Uso is a right now option.
Grooming him for WrestleMania.
He's ready for WrestleMania, but just not right now.
He needs a story. Everybody needs a good story.
That's it. Stories everything. Story's everything. Without the story, it's just two people in the match having an exhibition.
Having a rival like Sheamus and Rusev. So,
with so much talent in this match, why did WWE zero in on Jey Uso again? That's the ultimate question. I forgot to give the chat some love. Right now we have a poll going on. It says, should WWE have booked somebody else versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship? 33% say no. 67% say yes, that they should have. But just,
I mean, what I want to know is, outside of LA Knight, who?
And that is the ultimate question. That's what we're doing here today. I can't
think of nobody. Penta, like what? Maybe Penta, but I feel like no, Penta needs to at least hold a mid card one time first.
Penta, no, not at all.
He's
not
entertaining.
At all. Not at all. You know what?
I can't think of nobody else.
On the other side, coming up, we're going to look at the booking logic of YJY. But first, we got something pretty cool coming up at Stream-A-Mania, and there'll also be a very special announcement at Stream-A-Mania because we're doing some big things here on the Tristen Law Show. Go ahead and check this out. Thirst live like never before. It's Stream-A-Mania. 5 hours, 5 blocks, 1 pro wrestling super stream. WWE, AEW, TNA, nothing's off limits. Hour 1, I'm kicking things off solo. Hour 2, Jess the Active. She joins me to talk women in pro wrestling. Hour 3, a debate you don't want to miss. Hour 4, our main event feature. And Hour 5, I'm closing it down. After dark, one-on-one with you. It's live, it's raw, and it may never happen again. Don't miss the first ever Stream-A-Mania, Thursday, November 6th, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. in the UK, live and only on YouTube. That's Stream-A-Mania coming up on November 6th. Can't wait for you guys all to be there. Make sure that you guys make yourself a part of the show. Make sure you call the promo hotline. The promo hotline is 973-826-0101 to be a part of the show. We're going to be closing that hotline pretty soon and gathering all the phone calls because hour 5 is going to be for you. I want you guys to be a part of the show. But today, it's me and Jess, and we are talking about Jey Uso. We're wondering, did WWE make the right choice with Jey Uso? Before we showed you the Stream-A-Mania video, the thing that I want to look at next is the booking logic. Did any of it did any of it make sense? You know, Jey Uso, he turns on Jimmy to escalate the family feud. But here's my question though: where is Roman Reigns? Is Roman Reigns going to be the one to keep the peace, Jess? What do you think?
Keep Roman Reigns keeping peace. No. Come on. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. No, I told you where Roman is. First of all, we ain't seeing Roman, what he say, till Christmas. So that means we may.
But we've seen him since then.
Right. I feel like we're going to get Randy. Jesus, we're going to get Roman Reigns for Saturday Night's main event for John Cena's last match. I'm not saying he's John Cena's last match. What I'm saying, he's going to be on that card. I feel like it. I'm like, I don't know why he'll be on that card, but he's going to be on that card. Maybe, just maybe. Let's just say maybe Jey does win this belt.
Nah, that's not happening. That's not happening.
But what if he does? Let this walk with
He's
me.
not.
Probably not, but walk with me.
I'll be shocked if that happens.
Come in and just Roman being Roman again, because Roman doesn't like to be in second place. So, now that Jey is like the big dog, Jey is the head at the table, Jey. And Roman ain't going to go for that, which Roman and Jey will become a thing. Then all of a sudden, it'll just be like a family feud, Jey versus Jimmy versus Roman.
I think that what could happen in that match is definitely it could be something that could spill over to Roman versus one of the Usos. I could definitely see that happening. But will Roman keep the peace? I don't know. He might try. But Roman is the one that put the battery in the back of Jey Uso either way. He's the one that told him to go get his championship back. Looking at the whole entire thing, CM Punk, he pinned Jey Uso the week prior, and it's built in. It's a built-in story for a rematch. Can Jey Uso beat CM Punk again? CM Punk, though, he elevates Jey Uso just by association, because Jey Uso, since he had his 51 days as the World Heavyweight Champion, he's been floating around a high mid-card status, of the WWE. He's high mid-card. Sometimes you could put him in the main event, but he's really just a really high mid-card. I think that WWE may just see Jey as transitional. He's credible enough for Saturday night's main event, but not big enough to beat CM Punk.
That story is it. I don't care. I know y'all said that unreal is unreal, but I think that's what they're trying to go back to. Because remember, at first, it was supposed to be CM Punk winning, period, right?
Allegedly.
Right, at first. Allegedly, it was supposed to be CM Punk, and then someone just threw Jey out there, like, let's give Jey a try, right? So, yeah, I know. CM Punk highly likely will win this match.
Fernando checks in and says that Rusev, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles are all options instead of Jey. He says that Triple H has been dropping the ball at Booker for a little while now. You know what?
I'm not doing it. Wait, name those names again. I heard LA Knight.
Okay, he said, Fernando says
AJ
that Rusev, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, they were all options instead of Jey Uso.
No, Rusev no. No. Sheamus, maybe. I mean, I said AJ, absolutely. That would have been a good one, but no.
But I want to heel versus babyface. Maybe the issue right now, maybe Maria says that she wanted fresh babyfaces at the top, fresh new babyfaces at the top. Maybe there's no real big heels at the top right now on the Raw roster right now. Maybe the roster is very babyface heavy.
It is.
Maybe that's why Seth Rollins was in every single story, because they needed a really big heel. And now that he's gone, who you got? You could have put Braun Breaker in the match, but I think it would have been a little bit too easy. We would have seen that coming.
Too easy. Mm-hmm. And we want to keep people. We want people to keep coming back. You want them to see how the story plays out,
right?
For later on.
Because I feel like if pro wrestling is best, but it's not predictable. But WWE, they rarely book in a vacuum, and this plays into a bigger set of long-term stories. Here's how I look at it. You got CM Punk's title arc. This is the first world title opportunity since Seth Rollins took the belt from him in August. He was only there for a couple seconds. If you ask me, if I had to choose a winner, even though I don't think that none of those men should win at Saturday night's main event, I think that CM Punk is likely to win at Saturday night's main event and build towards Survivor Series. I do want to say this, though, that CM Punk versus Jey Uso winning, it feels right now, as I sit here right now and talk to you, Jess, CM Punk versus Jey Uso feels flat. It feels like, oh, big whoop-de-doo, let's give them the hand clap. Yeah, give them the hand clap. But I think, though, that maybe we just need to see Raw today for that feeling to change, at least for me, or anybody else that feels that way. What are your thoughts? How do you feel about CM Punk or Jey Uso winning at Saturday night's main event?
I'm satisfied either way. I'm one of those fans who is just kind of, with this match, I'm pretty neutral because I could see the stories right there for both men. CM Punk wins. Now you and AJ Lee could do a little something, like be the babyface couple, because you got Becky and Seth. They're the heel couple, so y'all could be the babyface couple and do a little something, right? I already told y'all what I think Jay's storyline would be. That will be right there. So I guess I'm just one of those neutral fans on this one.
We got a comment from Swan Christopher. Never seen you before. Welcome. Swan says, and you know what? If you're watching, you don't have to hide in the chat. You don't have to hide. Come say hello. I don't bite. Well, behave yourself, Jess.
I'm curious about Mr. Swan Christopher too, since it given we might share a last name there. Are we cousins? Is that you cousin?
Could be one of your cousins. Here's what he said. Here's what Swan Christopher says. People just hate the representation of Jey. Jey out here in 2001 oh my God, he's a savage. He's a savage.
What do you say?
Okay, let me start over because I read quickly. Okay, Christopher Swan says people hate the representation of Jey. Jey out there in 2001 Air Force's gold chains and grills. Jey on here putting on for our people. I ain't Samoan, but Jey, brother, people won't tell y'all the real reason. Savage post.
I've been trying not to go political.
Savage post.
I'm just saying, I'm on my man's team. I'm like, we know, Trish, we know deep in our bodies why they really, really hate Jey.
Is it because LA Knight should have won?
And why certain colors and certain shades don't have great runs, do they?
I mean, look.
I didn't want to try to get political on people, but there is a certain skin shade that they just don't use as much. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a fan. You know, everything's black, white, and gray. I don't know. I'm just watching the wrestling. I don't know.
That was a really good comment. I appreciate it. Maria says that Punk versus Jey is going to be terrible. Punk deserves a better at Saturday night's main event.
One more time.
Maria says that Punk versus Jey is going to be terrible. Punk deserves better at Saturday night's main event.
I don't know about that. I'm not for sure.
Look, I'm just waiting till the finish. Maria also says that we need a draft to shake things up. You know what, Maria?
They did talk about that, didn't they? They was pushing that draft, and then all of a sudden they just say, "No, we're not doing the draft no more." Wait, what?
This has been the draft has been happening so long. It's been around since Jesus was walking the earth, and now this is the first year that nobody's talking about a draft. It's so ambiguous to where you can be. Okay, fine, you could be on Raw, you could be on SmackDown, you could be in NXT. There's no real boundaries in the WWE right now. Remember when they had they had this lottery thing? You might not know, Jess, and be glad that you don't know, Maybe like in 2020, maybe 1999, it was a wild card. Somebody could just show up on Raw from SmackDown or SmackDown to Raw with no real explanation. But now, because we get rid of the draft, we can just do what we do. But look, looking at the whole entire thing, LA Knight or Braun Breaker, right? They are looming as future threats. Braun Breaker was in the Battle Royal and they removed him. You agree or agree? You agree or disagree with that move for them to remove him from the Battle Royal?
I agree.
Me too.
For the story's sake.
Me too.
For the story's sake, it would have been cheating. It would have been too easy.
Too easy.
Just too easy. And I'm just feel like you can build so much on the Bronze. Like I want to see them as a tag team champion, honestly.
Who?
I'm gonna just say the Bronze.
No, I don't. I'm gonna buzz you for that.
Why not? I mean,
I think that
they work pretty good together.
They do.
I'm looking from it like that standpoint.
They
like,
do.
Y'all look good together. Y'all work together real well. Why not?
But
right?
with Braun Breaker being as hot as he is right now, I think it would be a waste to put him in the tag team championship picture. For that reason. Number two, the second reason why I think it'd be a waste to put Braun and Braun together and let them run for the tag team championships is simple as this. There's no real big heel in the WWE right now, on Raw right now.
Right?
Because Seth is gone. So maybe that next heel, the next big heel, could be in the name of one of the Usos, and it could also be in the name of Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker.
Would be a nice story for, like, I know we seen Jimmy as a heel, but I'm like, he didn't really get to be in that character.
Right, because he was only a henchman.
You hear me? And I'm like, well, you might as well take your wife's route, right? Might as well.
Damn. Just disrespectful today.
That's not even disrespectful. That's about, you might as well take your wife's route, turn straight up heel, be savage, give Jey a run for that money because y'all are brothers.
True.
It ain't like y'all don't know each other's moves.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just the story. It's there.
Do you think, Jess, that Jimmy versus Jey, that this rivalry is back on? Where do you see this going next?
You said Jimmy versus Jey?
Yeah. That rivalry's hot right now.
Now it goes back to this. Like, all right, let's just say Jey wins. Let's say Jey wins, he gets a little run, little long run. Jimmy, like, he gets a run all the way up to Money in the Bank, and Jimmy wins some Money in the Bank. All right, he wins Money in the Bank.
I'll make it simpler for you. Book to it's SummerSlam. It's Survivor Series, and then we're probably going to get some kind of throwaway pay-per-view in December, maybe Saturday night's main event or something else, and then we're going to go to the Royal Rumble. So book up until the Royal Rumble. Don't book the finish of the Royal Rumble, but just book up until Royal Rumble.
I'm going to say my booking was kind of very long-term there, but again, goes back to that Royal, and then Royal Rumble. Jimmy wins Royal Rumble, and then challenges Jey. Will he win? Probably not.
That don't do it for me though. Jey versus Jimmy.
That would be safe,
right? And I don't want safe in my pro wrestling. I want it to be as risky as possible. Because Jey versus Jimmy doesn't sound exciting to me. I'm not gonna go, oh my God, it's Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. I can't wait. I couldn't wait for that.
It depends on the story. Like, what if Jey gets up with one of his enemies? I'm like, who's Jey's enemy right now? Gunther, other than Gunther.
Who's Jey's enemy right now? Other than
Gunther.
So it was LA Knight, and it was Seth Rollins, and the Braun Bros.
Hook up with LA Knight. That would piss him off. Hook up, because remember, Jey was like, bro, Jimmy, we can't be continuously saving motherfuckers. We can't be continue helping. It started with Roman, and Jey started saying it. Like, we can't help each people. It's us. It's
right.
me
We need to help ourselves.
That's it. We need to help ourselves.
Let's see. Maria says that Jimmy's better in the ring than Jey. Fernando is a fool. Fernando says, hopefully AI will book the right decision at Saturday night's main event, Jey versus Punk.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're going to see. We are definitely going to see. It's going to get good. I'm about to say, y'all may not agree, but I can see the story. The story could unfold very well.
I think that they should give us, if this is the way that they're going, I honestly don't personally see, I think that Braun Breaker's being protected right now. I think that he's not in the match, and WWE is clearly saving his big win. Obviously, they already showed him with the championship. For them to just say, you know what, Braun Breaker's the champion, that would have been too easy. I think that all signs right now, as we look at it right now, if I'm booking to the Royal Rumble, CM Punk comes in number 1 in the Royal Rumble, number 2, and fights his way all the way through, right? Braun Breaker's going to get that championship. Braun Breaker's it's going to be and
he's going to be like number 15 or something like that.
Who, Braun?
Oh, it's going to be, yeah.
Nah.
He ain't going to come out early.
Nah, Braun's going
to come out late either.
Braun's going to be the champion. I see Braun Breaker being the champion going into the Royal Rumble. I see CM Punk coming in there at number 1 or number 2. You put him in there somewhere early so that A, you forget about him, and B, he has to fight his way all the way up to the top. He has to fight past everybody. And then make that match CM Punk versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. I think that match is going to be great. That's going to be one hell of a match. You're going to probably get the Usos versus the Usos again, right? You're going to get the Usos versus the Usos again in maybe at Survivor Series. I could see a match like that happening.
Yeah, but it needs to happen because I'm sorry, when it happened in WrestleMania, it was malnutrition. I feel like y'all just pushed that on us instead of giving us that match during a different PLE.
Well, Fernando's being a savage. Fernando says that Jay's enemy right now is wrestling skills. Looking at the poll, let's close out the poll. Should WWE have booked someone else versus CM Punk? Right now, it's still very much that people said that, yes, it should have been somebody else.
Right. And again, if y'all can't tell me somebody outside of LA Knight or AJ, there's nobody else right now. Not in the 2025-2026 wrestling season.
So you think it makes sense for them to put Jey Uso right now?
Yes, right now, because we have the story. It's all there.
I think so. I think that Jey Uso makes sense right now, even though I'm not excited for everything that's happening. You know, I'm not like, oh my God, I can't wait to see Jey Uso versus CM Punk. That's not really how I feel. That's not how I feel. But I feel that this is just a branch of a tree that's going to be going everywhere else. But I'll say this. Jey Uso, his win was divisive. Not because he isn't talented, but because I think that the field was a little bit too stacked to ignore. CM Punk versus Jey Uso Saturday night's main event. It's likely to be a great fans, but I think that fans are just hungry for something else. The silver lining, WWE just lit the fuse on LA Knight, the Uso feud, and even Braun Breaker's arrival. Whether this was a brilliant chess move or a missed opportunity, one thing is for sure, the road to WrestleMania, all roads will lead to WrestleMania, and WrestleMania, I think it just got a little bit more crowded.
Very good, Trish.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank everybody else in the chat today. Thank you so much for all the new faces that we find. Whew. We'll be back again on Wednesday, myself and Jess included. Jess, you be here on Wednesday?
I shall be here.
Can't wait for you to be here. Fernando, Maria, Christopher Swan, thank you so much. If you like what we did, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Don't make us be a little dirty secret. I'm Tristen Law. She's Jess the Captain. We'll be back on Wednesday, and we'll see you next time. Flashing red lights,